Hi,
Hello, hi, ma'am.
how are you?
How are you? I'm all right. How are you?
I'm okay.
All right. So it's your first live session.
Yes, it is.
Are you excited?
No, it's all right. I mean, just what do you want to ask me? Go ahead.
All right. So today with us we have Dr. Navneeta Kapoor. She has been in this field of medicine for like 22 years, and for 12 years she has been, training other people. So that's absolutely amazing. So let's start with the session. So, in the midst of this pandemic and, this uncertainty and chaos, how are you dealing with your mental health and your mental peace?
Well, basically, it's a very traumatic time for doctors as well. People don't
Yeah.
realize that because we're seeing patients ourselves, we're seeing babies dying, which really gets to me. And as we're all doctors in our family, yes, we try to we try to do the best we can. We just have a sense of humor, and that's what we give to our patients because anyone can get it and anyone can spread it. So that's
Absolutely. That's I completely agree on that. Also, it's said that a healthy body is a healthy mind, which is needed in, in these times of uncertainty. So as an individual, what kind of when we talk about, ingredients that you include in your food, in your diet. So what kind of nutrients do you ensure that, this nutrient or this protein or this vitamin should be in my diet, should be in my bowl? Because for having, this healthy body and healthy mind. So, what's exactly people should have to ensure a healthy body and a healthy mind?
Well, first of all, the main thing is you've got to make your mind up. Once you make your
Yeah.
mind up, then you stick to your mind, and then your body will have no chance but to follow your mind. So
Yeah.
that's what I tell to everyone. There is no hard and fast rules. Something might work for you, something might work for somebody else. There is no, I don't believe in diets. I have never given or suggested anyone a diet. I just
All
say
right.
that there are some days where you eat a lot and you go to parties, you eat a lot, you have barbecues and all, and yeah, you've overeaten. But the next day, what you can do is just adjust it,
Yeah.
and because your body will only take what it needs and it'll use it. But whatever it doesn't need, it'll store, and that is obesity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, are there any kind of nutrients that you would like to suggest, that people must include in their diet? Any kind of nutrient
Well,
that can,
make your food
yeah.
colorful. It's like, every day what I say to my students as well, you get up in the morning, you've got to wear something, wear the color you want to eat. Your food doesn't have to be dull. Um, just like, you must have heard eat the rainbow is like, eat any fruit or vegetables, just
Yeah.
include it along with the meat or whatever you're having.
Yeah.
And you'll feel better because even if you don't feel like it, but your body needs it, and that's what it's all about. So if you can understand what your body needs, just give it that, and then your body will stop complaining.
Absolutely. And so you have this page which is called Mind is in Charge, Not the Body. So how do you feel that mind is more in charge than the body? Like, how did you come up with this? What was the idea behind it?
The idea is that you've just got to make up your mind first. If you want to make a change, just think about it first. Once you've made that, once you think about it, stick to what you think, and then the body will have no chance but to follow it. You have to
Absolutely.
make up that mind, because if you think you have an idea, just go ahead and do it,
Hmm.
but do it with 100%. You'll get the results.
Absolutely. And nowadays, like social media has constructed this image of a perfect body type for every gender that, and nobody can just deny that people are thriving for that body, for that hourglass body. And, so this is leading to a lot of eating disorders too. So, what kind of message would you like to give to those youngsters out there, who are not accepting their body or loving their body or who they are?
You know what I say to everyone? I just say, be yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think, but at the same time, just listen to what your body has to say to you. If, for example, everybody just says that you got to drink 8 glasses of water every day. Now, say, for example, you're not in the mood of drinking water,
Yeah.
right? So what I say is, if you can't drink your water, then eat your water. Like, say, for example, eat cucumbers, eat tomatoes, eat watermelon, eat stuff. You can eat your water, but just compensate and make those 8 glasses of water a day. It doesn't have to be that, no, you have to drink water. Suppose if I don't like water, what am I going to do? But I like to eat cucumbers. I'm going to eat, watermelon. I'm going to eat my fruits, which have water, and that's going to
Water,
compensate.
yeah.
Yeah, because you got to live as well. Nobody likes, strict guidelines or strict rules. Don't have this, don't have that. I never say that.
Absolutely.
I say have everything you like, but as long as you limit it and adjust it, and that's what your body wants.
Absolutely. And so in the midst of this pandemic, so children, I mean, in general, people are just stuck in their houses and they can't do anything, they can't help it, they can't go out. So it's obviously acting as a barrier for their mental and their physical health. So what individually, as in, personally, you do to improve your mental health during these times, as well as your physical health?
Well, do your favorite things, what you couldn't have done, when you were working. So, say, for example, listen to your favorite music, read your favorite books, try to do fun activities with your kids, um, try to dress up every day. So, what if you're not going outside? You can still enjoy the sun. You don't have to be at a beach to enjoy the sun. So, do whatever
Yeah,
stuff you say, what you never could do when you were working, you see, and that would make you happy, and just do what you feel like, but do it in
absolutely.
proportion, yeah, just be happy. That's the main thing. And if happiness doesn't
Yeah.
come to you, then eat happy foods, like, say, for example, bananas and then chocolate and all that, and they're all going to increase your dopamine and serotonin and endorphin levels, which are happy hormones. So increase those happy hormones, and then you will be happy.
Absolutely. So, have you, gotten into any kind of habit that you earlier were not used to? So, have you taken any kind of this thing, so now now people are painting, children are painting, which they usually didn't do because, they were busy in their phones, gadgets, and all. So, did you pick up any of those things which you earlier did
Well,
not do?
one thing is good. My house is much more organized now, because earlier I used to go to the gym every day at 4:30 in the morning. I used to think it's better than listening to my husband snoring. So I used to be in the gym. Now that I can't go in the gym, then I'm doing all the housework, and the house is much more neater. In fact, it's so organized that sometimes I can't even find my own stuff. so, so yeah, just
Okay.
work on yourself, basically.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so nowadays, there's a lot of misinformation that is circulating around. So, in regards to coronavirus, in regards to, what all precautions you should take and all of that. So, what exactly would you suggest to the people out there regarding, the spread of this misinformation that people see on social media or news? So, could you just tell something on that?
Basically, the thing is, it's a very strange virus. It's a virus which we are still learning about every day. There is absolutely
Absolutely.
no vaccine for it. People are trying their best to create vaccines. There has to be enough human trials to work, so that then we can say for sure that this medicine is going to work. So in the meantime, what you can do is what I've been seeing people are doing is, although the lockdown has been relaxed, at least maintain your social distancing. You can wear masks, which
Yeah.
will help, because when you're talking to people, you don't know how much, if the person is infected, anyone can have it and anyone can spread it. So at least you can do that. And whatever you're wearing, just wear a matching face mask. It will look good as well.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. So, what's the most stressful thing that you've come up with in this, in this field of work? What has been the most stressful thing for you personally?
Well, the main thing is, thank God me and my husband were not in the same hospital. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty stressful for us doctors, because, as I said, there's nothing much we can do for corona patients, because, they're being taken care of. But all you can do is just uplift them, have your sense of humor intact, and, just don't make them feel so bad as already they're feeling. So that's all you can do. I tell everyone, just bring out your sense of humor. Everybody has it, but we don't use it.
Absolutely.
As
Yeah.
a baby, everybody smiles a baby smiles about 400 times a day. Now you tell me an average adult, if they smile about 25 times a day, that means they're happy. So see the difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what's the worry about? Nobody's going to be here forever, but till you are,
Yeah.
at least you can be happy.
Stay happy. Absolutely. And so people are just caught up in their houses. They can't go out. So people are having a lot of anxiety due to that. So what are those ways in which people can cope up with, these mental issues like anxiety?
Well, as I said, number one, do your favorite things. Number two, see, if you can't change anything, bring changes in yourself. As
Yeah.
simple as that. You don't really need people. Forget about the notion, which what I hear a lot when I come across people is, what are people going to say? What does it matter what people are going to say? Log
Absolutely.
kya kahenge? It's like does it matter? It's like it's your body, it's your pain, it's your everything. Will those
Absolutely.
log come and help you when you're suffering? They won't. So and the other thing is, eat the right foods. Balance your diet. I'm not saying don't eat this, don't eat that. Eat everything, but eat less of it. Like, say, for example, diabetics, we say you can't, we're not saying don't eat sweets, but yeah, eat limited. And then who says you can't go and eat after 2 hours again? Let insulin do
Yeah.
its job, and then after 2 hours. So we suggest to them, eat little, but at frequent intervals. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
there's no need to have a barbecue and then stuff yourself so much, and then your body will have to work twice as much.
Yeah.
Either your insulin is slow, but in other words, eat little, and then after 2 hours, if you're peckish, just eat again. Then insulin will also do its job. So if you're kind and if you can understand your body, then just the body will not complain, because the body has the only way to tell you is in the form of signs and symptoms. It'll say, look, I ain't happy with you. So I'm going
Yeah.
to give you a headache, or I'm going to give you this. But if you keep your body happy, then you won't get a headache or things like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so during these times, almost like coming to food, so almost all people here, are having challenges with daily routines, including, meal times and food choices. So trips to go groceries and all, they offer slim picking and, in many cases. And food deliveries have their own obstacles, obviously. So, like, what do you personally do whenever, you have that feeling you crave something like really,
First,
something like,
first, first of all, yeah, I understand what you're saying. First of all, when you're
yeah.
going shopping, don't go on an empty stomach, because otherwise, if you're hungry, you're going to put anything and everything in your trolley, and then that
Yeah,
won't even be required. So, and secondly, all the answers of medicine are in your kitchen. It doesn't
yeah,
have to be too expensive. That's what I give you on my page. I give you ideas that in case you have something, or if you have high blood pressure, if you have something, yeah, you can show it to your doctor, take their medication and advice, but you've got to help yourself as well, because
yeah,
it's just like, you go to school, you have a teacher, the teacher teaches you. If you're weak, the teacher gives you one-to-one tuition. That's medication. Yeah.
yeah,
But unless you don't put in your own effort, you're not going to pass. So it's the same thing with medicine.
absolutely.
Unless people don't put in that effort, their blood pressure isn't going to go away just by medication at all. You see?
Yeah.
So
So
you've got
people need to, themselves, they need to make up their mind and then
yeah,
implement accordingly.
that's
Yeah,
the whole thing. Um,
absolutely.
Whatever you think, just go ahead and do it. And then say for example, a lot of patients come to me and they say that, or a lot of my students also say that, I feel fat, my clothes don't fit anymore, I don't feel like drinking water, I don't feel like doing this. Well, I say to them that, look, if your clothes don't fit anymore, then the best thing is, then why don't you walk it? Try walking it. Walk your neighbor's dog or walk something. At least try to make a little bit of effort, and then your body will respond. But if you're going to sit there and
Absolutely.
think, I wish I was slimmer, you're not going to get slimmer unless you don't try. It
Unless you
doesn't have
don't do anything, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be too dramatic. Just start with the
Hmm.
little walks, small walks in the evening or something like that. To listen to your favorite music, do something, do things that you think that you didn't have time to do. Now you have plenty of time to do them.
Absolutely. And so people have this very wrong conception of a healthy body. So if you're slim and you are in a certain size, so people feel that you're healthy. No, healthiness is also about your inner thing, it's an inner thing too. And so in the course of this conception, people usually skip their meals in order to stay in shape. So how does it, how does it affect our body in an overall scenario if you skip meals?
No, no, no. First of all, there's a lot of difference between skipping meals and being a regular eater and an erratic eater. You see,
Hmm.
so if you're a regular eater, what I'm saying is, like, say for example, the breakfast or the lunch is the most important meal of the day. If you're going to have a good breakfast, because you're going to utilize the energy, and because you're going to do things during the day, and then lunch as well, because people are pretty active during the day, and then in the evening, if you're going to eat your dinner late, your body needs at least 6 hours to digest the food, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're gonna sleep early, like you had your dinner at 8, and if you're gonna sleep at 10, what's gonna happen is you might as well take your dinner to bed. It's not doing anything for you. The body normally takes 6 hours. In sleep, it's gonna take 8 hours to digest your food, and then you wake up in the
Yeah.
morning and say you've got acidity. So it's not the food that you've eaten at 8 o'clock which is to blame. It's the timing. Give your body enough
Yeah.
time to do its work. You see.
So what
That's
is the appropriate time to have breakfast, lunch or
Yeah,
dinner?
I've written that on my page, like say 7 o'clock. See, the normal timings of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's always set. You can have a snack in between, but
Yeah.
if you're going to eat after 6 o'clock, and then if you're going to sleep early, then you're bound to get acidity because your body, when you eat something, your
Yeah.
stomach has acid.
Yeah.
It's going to dissolve your food. That takes
Yeah.
normally 6 hours. But if you're not going to give that time, see, esophagus, the food pipe is like a tube. It's got a
Yeah.
band at the bottom, which we call an esophageal sphincter. It's got a band at the bottom, and the stomach is full of acid. And the
Hmm.
stomach, and the stomach and the acid churn together and cut your food down, right? To
Hmm.
dissolve your food. So now
Yeah.
when you sleep, imagine if you're sleeping, your band, which is supposed to be closed, is going to be like this. So
Yeah.
acid is going to come all the way into your food pipe where it's not
So
supposed
it
to
will
be.
have, yeah, it has the space to come up, yeah.
It has a space to come out. So that is what acidity is. So it's not the food to blame, it's the timing of food that you're eating is to blame.
All
So
right.
yeah, so you can't say that prawns caused me acidity. And I just asked them, what time did you eat your prawns? And they said at 8 o'clock. I said, what time did you sleep? It's 10. So then, yeah, that's what it is. So if you eat your prawns at 6 and sleep by 12, then that's better, isn't it? So your body will be
All
happy and
right.
you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, what are the minimum number of hours that a person should sleep? Minimum number of hours. So like so I have heard and I've read that, so like 8 hours of sleep is absolutely perfect for a person. Like if you sleep beyond that, it's too much. And if you sleep less than that, then it's obviously little.
The thing is, there's nothing as that. The normal time, which your body prefers, is 8. Now, if you can't sleep 8 hours at a stretch, like I can't sleep 8 hours at a stretch because my husband snores all the time, so I sleep when I can, and then if you feel sleepy during the day, why not take a nap? But
All
you're
right.
still your body needs rest. So, but when you are sleeping, just cut off everything. Just put your phone away. Just switch off everything because you need to give your mind enough time to relax, rewind, reset, recharge, and so that you can do it and reboot. Like, don't you do that with your phone? Like, if your phone doesn't work, you
Absolutely.
switch it off, don't you? Switch it off from the mains or
Yeah.
switch it off, and then after some time, it'll start working again. It's
Restart.
exactly with your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly with your body. So don't take your phone to bed, especially, and then just cut off. Sleeping means just forget everything and just sleep. Shut everything off.
Yeah, so you need to give time to get your body charged up again for the next day.
Yes. Otherwise, you'll be sleeping during
That's
the
right.
day, which is really good. So everything needs to be done on time. There's certain, just a couple of days ago, I wrote such an interesting post on my page. If you read my page, Mind is in Charge, Not the Body, um, I write about nearly everything. And it's all about awareness. Like your body does certain things at a certain time. You might be sleeping, but
Yeah.
your body is still working. So if you
All
eat
right. Yeah.
certain foods at certain time, you're going to be kind to your body. Like, don't eat your yogurt or something at 8 o'clock in the night, because that's not going to help you. You might as well eat your
Absolutely.
curd or yogurt in the morning, and that will help your body to digest and do its work better. So
Absolutely. And
all
I've
about the
also
way.
read this. I've also read this somewhere that even when you're sleeping, thoughts are still processing in your mind.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
still processing.
Oh, yes.
Your
We
mind is
have,
still processing.
the stages of sleep. We have the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So that's why we dream, don't we?
Yes.
So a lot of things which are happening in our mind and which we can't switch off, we dream about them. And sometimes I've even seen people or students, they speak back in their dreams. They do sleepwalking.
Yeah.
And in the morning, if you ask them what happened, they don't even remember what happened. So
Yeah.
it's basically you're not relaxing your mind. You should be able to do that. And believe it or not, simple things like even meditation and all, which the Western world it's a very new concept to the Western world. But
Yeah.
I think people in Asia or people all over,
Especially in India.
yeah, especially in India, they're pretty much used to the concept. But
Yeah.
because we are also modern and we don't believe in complementary medicine, we think that all these things are a waste of time. And
Yeah.
honestly, people in the Western world are coming back to things like yoga, things like meditation. They believe in natural remedies rather than, our allopathy medicine. The point
Yeah.
is, yes, we have fixes, we have instant fixes, but all the medications we give have side effects. So you're
Yeah.
going about curing something, but you might be damaging something else.
Yeah.
Whereas, so what I'm saying is, yeah, you take your allopathic medicines, that's fine, take them, but along with that, do an effort for yourself to get better. That's what, and
Absolutely.
and the effort you need to do is I give you ideas on my page how to make that effort. So it's
Yeah.
literally, laying it out for you that say if you've got high blood pressure or something, try to eat these foods. They will help. And if you like, just a couple of days ago, somebody asked me about vitamin C, and say, for example, vitamin C is just not found in oranges. Uh, yes, oranges do have it, but there's so many other things which have vitamin C. So just
Green
take some
chilies have
time.
vitamin C. I got to know that just a
Yeah,
few days back.
so yeah, and I wrote about that on my page, and about 5,000 people liked that post because it's just common sense. There's so many things around which have this vitamin C, and
Yeah.
which you can
People are
just,
not aware about it.
yeah.
That's the problem.
So what I do is I just create that awareness. I don't suggest anything. I don't say anything. It's better if you're aware, and the best part is eat your awareness.
Yes,
It's good to be aware of things, but unless you don't eat it, it's not going to help you. Yeah.
absolutely. So we have this one question here, what is the best time to sleep? It's by
Well,
Sahaj. What's
whenever
the
you
best
feel
time to sleep?
sleepy, whenever you feel sleepy and everybody's doing their head in, just go to sleep. There's not a particular time, but if you've eaten at 6, sleep at, 12. As I said, timing is important. But if you've eaten earlier, sleep earlier and then wake up on time. That's it. If you get up early, morning time is the best time your body will respond to a lot of things. So you can, if you're an early riser, you can study well, you can recharge well, you can, do a lot of stuff well. But it's all about habit and it's all about, training yourself. So for me,
Absolutely.
a lot of people ask me like my age and all that, and I say I just work on myself. You see, I'm going to be 50 this July, but
All right.
the reason I don't look it is because I work on myself. I don't need enemies. Just be your own enemy and get results.
That's great. That's absolutely great. And also, in this pandemic, since everyone is locked in their houses, there have been a lot of cases of domestic violence and child abuse. If you must have, I mean, you must have gone through news and, there are a lot of cases regarding that. So how do you suggest people to seek for help and, to just, obviously you can't really have an opinion on it because it's a fact and it's happening. But how do you feel that people can seek help for it? And like they should.
Look, first of all, it depends on the victim and the abuser. A lot of people in domestic violence don't even feel that something is wrong because they're used to it, or they are, reluctant to get out of that situation. So, a lot of cases like this go unreported to start with.
Mm.
Yes, there
Yes.
is help available. There are so many groups around where people can help, but as the whole Indian saying goes, a lot of people still believe is tolerance is better or whatever, or
Yeah.
more stuff, things will get better. So first
Yeah.
try to resolve it. If you can't, then obviously seek help, because silence is not going to help in such situations, is it? So
Not at all.
don't be scared. So the first thing is coming out of that denial and accepting that yes, there is a problem, and I want to do something about it. So unless you don't make up your mind, we really can't help, because unless patients come to us or students come to us, we can't really say that, look, do this, do that, do that. They have to
Yeah.
ask for help, or they have to make that, initial step. They have to take that initial step to ask us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I saw this one post on your page wherein you've written how plants are so therapeutic and it can help you it can just help you to get better if you have any kind of mental illness. So how do you feel that indoor plants or any kind of plants are helping in, mental illness like depression, anxiety, and all of that?
Well, a lot of plants are there. It's basically how you select your plants. As I wrote, there's so many plants which help you, like lavender or things like that. They are beautiful for your bedroom. There's so many plants which keep your mosquitoes away. There's so many plants which. So choose your plants correctly, and they will set. It's like vibes. It's like you're breathing in that air. What the plants
Yeah,
are, giving us. So if as there's so many plants around, so simple things can make a lot of difference in the way you feel and the way you are, because it's the ambience, it's the atmosphere in which you're in, makes a lot of
absolutely.
difference. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
as I say to everyone, especially during this pandemic, I know you're not going out anywhere. Well, then dress up as if you're going into a party every day. Because what are you going to do with your party clothes anyway? So you might as well wear them. You might as well wear
Yes.
them and then look good. Because the thing is, see other people. Like you say, you've seen the Queen, for instance, isn't it? She doesn't
Yeah,
always
yeah.
wear, but she's always tip and top. And then why can't you do the same? Just do that. And if you dress up well, you'll feel better for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself. So,
Absolutely. It's been so long that people, now nobody's dressing up because they're inside,
yeah,
that they don't have a reason. But it's important to understand you don't need a reason always to get dressed up and decked up. I mean, it's just for you also. It's for yourself also.
it's for yourself, because basically, what I say to my patients, like, I lost my mother last year, and because since I said all of us are doctors in the family, and I'm the youngest, and
Yeah.
when I went to see mom when she was alive, all I could see is that I know she was at the end of life. But all I could see her, like, she didn't have proper nail polish on, or her hair wasn't done up and all that. And I just said to the sister in charge, I said, look, I feel like doing that for her. And she said, go ahead, doctor, because, um, if you feel, because I've always seen my mum like that, and to see
Yeah.
her in that state was really bad for me. So I went and I'm like, changing the nail polish of her and all that. I know she can't really respond to me, because, you know, it's a matter of. It's a matter of how you perceive and how you see that person every day, and you want to do that. And I just do simple things.
Absolutely. These simple and small steps can really, change the way you think, the way you feel. Yeah,
They
that's
do.
great.
And if you like coming on TV, or if you like if you're into pictures, you like taking selfies and all, then dress up and take a selfie every day. So it will be nice,
Absolutely.
and that'll make you feel good. That
Very
makes me
good,
feel good, definitely.
It makes everyone feel good, taking
Yeah,
selfies, getting dressed up,
yeah.
and
You
yeah,
you can dress up for a party. Why can't you do it at home? Just dress up, even if
absolutely.
you don't have to go anywhere. Just dress up and feel good in yourself. And that's the first
Absolutely.
step. So it all depends how you want to perceive yourself. If you want to look depressed, you're going to feel depressed. If you look better, you feel much better anyway.
I totally agree with you.
It's
All
all in
right,
the
so absolutely. So just wrapping up the session, just last few words and something that you want to tell people who are watching this, just something that can make an impact and can generate an impact out there regarding, anything, nutrition, mental health, anything.
just be yourself. Don't worry about what people have to say. If you think something is right, just go ahead and do it. People are there, they're going to sit and criticize you either way. So it's like, a simple thing is when I started this page, because I'm the youngest, everybody in my family said, Log kya kahenge? It's like, what are people going to
Yeah,
say? And now, 1 year after that, everybody is saying, yeah, I'm telling you, like 7,800 people have to say what they have to say about me. So just stick to your ambitions, and if you have an idea, just follow it, and then
absolutely.
you
Don't
will
just
feel
get
good.
under the societal pressure, the
No, no,
societal norms and societal pressure. Do what you feel
that's
like
what
you're
it is.
doing.
It's your life as well, isn't it? I'm not
Yeah,
saying go against your husband and all, but if you feel better in yourself, you will look after your husband and your family much better.
absolutely.
You have to feel better in yourself first. Don't take it as a chore. Try to just ignore the bad things, and just laugh on everything, and then it helps me. It helps me, and I'm sure it will help everyone else. So
Absolutely.
life is very simple. You don't have to complicate it. Complicate it. That's
This
what
is
I.
the thing, people have complicated it, and now it has gotten to a point that it's becoming sickening for them.
Yes, it is, because say for example the skin. The skin is such a simple organ. You're covered all over with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and all it needs is a little bit of cleanliness, and exfoliation and stuff like that. It doesn't need too much of makeup or whatever. So it's the same thing with life. Life is simple. The simpler you keep it, the better it becomes.
absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am, for
I
doing
hope,
this
I
live
hope it
session with us.
helps. I hope it helps. And whoever's watching the session, I hope you come and follow my page. It's absolutely free for all.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's nice.
It's a great page. I mean, it's very informative and
Yeah.
it's very self-descriptive. And thank you so much, ma'am, for doing this session with us. It was a delight talking to you.
All right then. Same here. Anytime. Okay.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much.
Bye
Bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.